Hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager 2022, the Youth Academy Challenge with Beira-Mar. We are looking at Victor Ventura at the moment because we might have had a little scare briefly because at one point, very recently, and there's a screenshot coming up now to prove this, Real Madrid were interested in Victor Ventura, and I was thinking, okay, we're going to get that £33.5 million release fee activated, but they've decided to go away, and maybe I'm lucky, maybe I'm not. I'm probably going to have to look at the value and ask, if I don't get a fee this year, will I still be able to get the £33.5 million? I like to think I can, because he's so young, but I don't know. What I do know is, we've had a few games since we last met, so let's go over them very quickly, shall we? The first game we had was at home against Santa Clara in the Allianz Cup, and we went behind inside 33 minutes after Hamon scored that goal. I'm wondering to myself, are we going to have issues? Because, well, we equalised in the 37th minute of the game. I thought, okay, we've got a chance to do something. Allianz with this effort, really good finish. And I'm thinking, we're going to win this game now, aren't we? Right? We played the ball forward to a 5'6" player, and that's never going to work. And then Lenny scores. Okay, 2 at half time. We can still win this. Then they score from his free kick. And Amedia with the finish. But we do get a goal back. We make it 3-2 in the 83rd minute of the game. And I'm thinking, once this goes in, we've got a chance. Quintanero scoring a goal. That's always a good sign. What I wasn't expecting was literally a minute later, almost straight from kickoff, to concede again. Esteval losing out to Dizan, and yes, his heading's not great. No, his height's not great, but even so, that's a minute after we got a goal back. It kind of killed us off, and we had more shots than they did, and the BXG, so we really underperformed in this game, and the fact we've been knocked out by Santa Clara is not great. The next game we had was against Pasos de Ferreira, and inside 90 minutes we're behind from a free kick. Rodriguez with a header, and they make it 2-0 in the 28th minute of the game. Pinero, able to play across, does so, and the guy with the finish. And then they make it 3-0 inside 49 minutes. Rodriguez again with a header from a set piece. I'm getting more frustrated now because we then score afterwards. And, Mariah with the finish. Scoring his first league goal of the year. It's actually his first goal in a long time too, so I knew we could do something with that. Then they score a penalty. Amedia with the penalty. And then we make it 4-2 towards the end. It was the last goal we scored. And the last goal of the game, Aparicio finds Alvarez, who's actually on a really good run of form this season. Scoring that goal was great. Pasos de Ferreira did dominate us in this game, and quite frankly, even without the penalty, they would have had a better XG than us, and it's just frustrating that we've let ourselves down so badly in this game, because I thought we had more than this, but apparently not. What was nice, though, was hosting Chavez and taking the lead inside 7 minutes after Ventura scores the opening goal. Chavez, the team expected to be bottom of the table, 2,000-1 odds to win the league, so they're kind of what we were for a while. But then Ventura finds Aparicio, and Aparicio scores 2-0 just before half-time. Chavez do score from a set-piece, though, because we can't seem to defend against set-pieces this year, which is very frustrating. And Lewis with the finish there. And then we make it 3-1. Ventura places the cross, finds Antunes, who heads it home. I don't know how he's got so much power behind it, but I'll take it. And then we score from a corner. Aparicio with the corner. Lasco with the finish. I want more of that, please. And winning 4-1 in our first home game of the league campaign is always useful. And I want to see this more often. Thank you very much. We then went to Santa Clara and went behind inside 3 minutes. Goyas with the finish. And I'm going to say this here now. I think our goalkeeper made an absolute clanger there. Then we scored an equaliser in the 38th minute of the game. Ventura finds Mariah, who's actually scoring goals, and I'm happy about it. But then we take the lead. 55 minutes in, it's really good football, and Tunis places it back to Amadou, who finds Ventura, who finds the back of the net with a header. But then they equalise, and I'm thinking, oh god, that's a horrible tackle. It's not for anyone. And then they just find Lanai, and he scores again. But almost immediately we get ourselves back in front. Aparicio finds Alvarez, who's found the back of the net again. And then we score from a corner. Aparicio finds Lasco, who gets 2-2 from corners. It's wonderful, it's delightful, and we win 4-2. But I'm noticing a weakness here. Have you noticed it yet? Have you noticed the weakness right now? We then went to Formidable and went behind thanks to that corner inside the 46th minute of the game. Pastana with the finish. Then we went further behind 80 minutes in. Marçal plays it in, and Enrique Araujo with the finish. And then we concede a third. 89 minutes in, I think we're trying to go more attacking. It wasn't working, and Enrique Araujo, with that kind of finish, just kind of kills us off. So have you noticed the weakness yet? In these first 4 matches, we have conceded 10 goals. We've conceded 10 goals. We've also only scored 10 goals. We're good for goals. We're just not good defensively. And I realized that's a problem. I needed to fix this. So I went back to an old formation. A very old friend that we haven't used since the 2nd tier. We went back to the 4-3-3 formation. Remember this formation? Remember how good this formation was for us back in the day? We got 2 straight promotions from the lower leagues with this formation. And while we've tinkered it a little bit, I still think we can do a good thing here. And for me, this formation is going to be the thing that helps us do well. Because if we play 3 games with this formation, I like the results. Especially when the first game we had was at home against Verzin, and inside 2 minutes or 3 minutes, we're ahead. Mariah finds Ventura, and 2 minutes in, it's 1-0, Ventura doing well. And then we make it 2-0 inside the 17th minute of the game, and Tunis finds Amadou, he finds Antunes, he goes for goal. Keeper should probably do better, but we don't care. And then in the 61st minute of the game, we make it 3. They're down to 10 men at this point, and Ventura finds Mariah, who finds the back of the net with that effort. Really good finish. And we absolutely dominated Vazim, who are not a bad team by any stretch of imagination, from what I can recall. They're one of the weaker sides, yes, but they're not exactly a side we should be expecting to beat this convincingly, right? 3 goals, no reply. Our first clean sheet of the year. It's good. We then went to bottom of the table Nacional, and we took the lead inside 20 minutes. Alvarez with the opening goal, scoring yet again, and this man decided to make this game his own. He then scored a penalty in the 49th minute of the game of the first half, his second of the game, and then 57 minutes in, it's 3. Ventura finds Alvarez, his shot's blocked, then he goes to goal again, and completes his hat-trick. We then make it 4-0 in the 91st minute of the game. Bonas is able to get an assist, plays it in, finds Pape Zimmer, who scores his first of the year. We've just gone to Nacional and won 4-0. Yes, they were down to 10 men inside 37 minutes, but even so, that's impressive. Especially when we just got a Mazzala to get a hat-trick as well. I've not done that before, and for me, that's exciting. The last game we had was at home against Braga, and we went behind inside 26 minutes with the only goal of the game, Youssef scoring it. And first goal, we conceded in this tactic, and given it's Braga, I'm not upset. But given how badly we played, I should perhaps be a bit more upset with it. We lose to Braga by a goal to 0. It wasn't our best game. What this has done for us, though, is left us in 7th place, and I like to think, given we've got a given hand over Victoria de Guimaraes and a given hand over Famalicão, we have a chance to do well. We do have a game against Boa Vista today, who have been unbeaten this year, 2 wins, 5 draws, so while they're unbeaten and not exactly translating the points they want to be putting in the points in the right location. Sporting have got 2 games in hand on both of us, and given that Boa Vista have drawn against Chavez, and they've drawn against Passos de Ferreira and Portuguese and Vizela, I'd say that's a few points they don't want to be dropping. Porto, on the other hand, that's a good point. I'd take that if I was them. We also have 2 games in hand on Gil Vicente right now, so maybe we can do a good job here and do well. Also, Victor Ventura's got 5 assists, and Aparicio's got 4 assists, so it's good to know that we are still able to get goals. And if we go further into this, we've scored 17 goals this year. We've never failed to get at least 2 goals in the game we've scored in, but we've also conceded a lot of goals, 11 so far. We conceded 10 in the first 4, so that told me, honestly, that we need to work on our formation and tinker this. And even with the 4-3-3, we're not struggling with goals. And defensively, we've definitely become better since we changed it. Yes, it might have been against 18th place Nacional, 15th place Vazim, and 2nd place Braga. But honestly, I would take those considering we were conceding 2 goals a game otherwise. And we need to make sure we're not conceding that many goals anymore. Yes, Chavez was the only team not to score 2 goals against us out of those first 4 games. But even so, Santa Clara got 2 goals against us and beat us in the Cups. And going into this game, we are going to take on the team that we know can do good things with. And I'm not sure about Gibraltar starting this game because he actually got injured in the middle of the week and his match load is a medium. So maybe we need to drop him for this match, which sounds a bit weird because I said I wouldn't do it. But because of the fact he's got someone like Pereira on the sidelines who can do good things, who can still be a good player, and is still a top flight player in my books, I think we can use him. Yes, he's slower, but Herrera is still a good player and will start today. Jafina starts as right back because why wouldn't he at this point? We've also made the right defender the ball-playing defender, and I think it made sense. Lasker plays there. He's the better of the two. Potential doesn't seem to be getting much better, but he is still doing a good job for me, which is nice. We are playing Esteval, who I don't think he's going to reach his potential sadly enough, so we need to worry about him a little bit more. But he's still a good player and could play on both sides of the defense, which is useful. Amadou is improving, and I think when he turns 17 in the international break and next week he'll be good and be better. Playing Luis Santos as the halfback is also a good thing for me because I know we can do good things now, and I'm hopeful he will continue to improve now that he's actually playing more regular football in a deeper role, which is going to help us defensively. Alvarez playing as Mazzala is having the form of his life. He's got 6 goals in the league already, and he's also starting to feel that we are lacking strength in depth at centre-back, which is not ideal. Aparicio is a set-piece taker of the team and is getting a lot of assists, so I think he's doing good. He's now considered to be good enough for the top flight as well, which again is useful. Victor Ventura starts as, well, the inverted wing on the right. He always does, because it's the best role for him, and if he wasn't playing there, he'd be playing further back, so we need to really use him, let's be honest. Odaya Tunis has just been called up for the national squad of Cape Verde, surprisingly enough, so I think he could be doing a good job for them. Whether or not he actually gets the cap at the age of 29, I don't know, but he's been called up, and that's good. We also signed Rui Quintana because Mariah actually got injured against Braga and is out for at least 2 weeks. He's also another player that is thinking there's a lack of quality depth at centre-back. Trapolo is on the bench, and he is improving, and I actually compared him to the best goalkeeper in the league, and he's not even close to him right now, so it's fascinating to see how much he'll improve before we had to worry about losing him. Now, Jose Patrocinio is someone I am looking at and thinking he's a starter for the future. If he improves any further, he will be the best centre-back in the side, and that's concerning, given he's only 17. But look at our goalkeeper being 16 and being the best goalkeeper, I can't really say much at all at this point. Claudio is also on the bench, and I am getting more and more excited with him because he's actually developing and looks like he's improving too, so it's good to see him doing as well as he has been as of late, even if his average rating is not great. Bonas, I'm just feeding into the first team for substitute appearances every now and again, and he's looking like he's belonging here. Yes, he's a promising player on the right, which means if we lose Ventura, I think Bonas is probably going to be the man that will be in the first team, but Bonas is looking like he is suiting the role nicely, and we could even go back from an inverted winger to a normal winger, which, again, could be very nice. Something good here being on the bench is also a bit of a surprise, maybe, but we're actually lacking squad depth right now, because I think I've sent too many players out on loan, which maybe is a shocker, because I don't keep an eye on that sort of thing, and I'm an idiot, so, yay. He turns 28 soon. Pape Zimmer, playing from the bench, has got a goal, and that's despite having only 3 finishing. Will Pope's the last player on the bench, and he's on the bench for a reason. He's a good player to come on from the bench and can be useful. He just isn't amazing anymore. Either way, let's take our opponents today. If we lose against Boa Vista, then I don't consider it to be a massive concern, because it's Boa Vista, they're not a bad team. Rubio's out for another 12 days to 3 weeks, so that's no surprise there. Mariah is out for another 8 days to 2 weeks, so hopefully the international break will allow them to come back quickly. I'm not expecting fireworks to go off, but that's the thing. Also, Rafael Suna has missed 6 training sessions in the last calendar year, and I am starting to really not like him anymore. I didn't like him before, but his lack of discipline is making me dislike him even more. But there you go. Let's take on our opponents and hope for the best. We've got a free kick, actually. That's going to take it, and if we can do well with this formation, it's going to be nice. I don't know what Quintana was doing there, but he's lost the ball needlessly. We've actually avoided the figures both this and last year, but the year before we actually were not so great against them, so I'm hopeful we have what we had last year and not the year before. Though Cordovel getting in like that doesn't fill me much confidence, especially when they score. How high is that line? I just realised I probably should check that. It's standard. So it's just we weren't doing our best here. They 1-0 up inside 5 minutes. They got a corner. If they score from this corner, I would be disappointed. Well, Lasker's got the ball away, and nobody's really there. Ventura was, but that's all he was doing. And, Blanchard, Pinto, I mean, they're comfortable right now, aren't they? We're not really changing them. We've not got our best squad out there because of injuries and such and such. And even if Tripolo was in goal for the first one, we wouldn't have done much. And Jafina's lost out, and that's lucky it's not 2-0. Half time, 1-0. We've had just 1 shot. So we lost by goals to 0. We only saw 2 highlights in the entire game, and that's a disappointing game to go by. And Yeah, they're the better team. There's no question about it. We do have the goal difference, thankfully, but at least we're 7 points clear of the relegation playoffs and 8 points clear of the relegation zone, but I just don't want to be doing this kind of performance. We're so hit and miss, it's ridiculous. And as things stand, we are down to 8th place because, well, thankfully, Nacional Vazim only drew, so it's not like there's a massive concern in that regards. And Porto did win, so they're top of the table again, but they played 2 more games than Braga, so Braga are looking at this and thinking, we got an opportunity right now. I'm just disappointed with how we've done, honestly, and we're actually going to end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. Where do you think we're going to go finish this year, based on the performance and based on what we've done in the league already? I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. Either way, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.